Well, good evening, good people. It's your boy, Uncle Fred, back in the house one more again. It's been a while since I've seen y'all. It's been probably since April. I've been doing through some things, maybe some health things going on, and trying to also getting some different platforms to do my videos on and whatnot. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and become a part of the Uncle Fred Sports Experience. I guarantee you, positively. Ooh, my hat looks funny. You will not be disappointed, as I always say. Uh, Cowboys get the win today, 25-10 over the Washington Commanders. Yeah, what we got to say about how we feeling out there, people? Huh? How are we feeling today? How are we feeling? All right, we get the win, 25-10. We are now 3-1. And you know, I couldn't be happier. All right. And I know sometimes I come across as a Debbie Downer, all that stuff, because I've seen a lot of this stuff before, but I feel like this thing is different, man. I feel like it's different. I feel like it's different because I feel like, and the first thing, man, what a difference nearly a month makes, huh? I mean, that Sunday night game against the Bucks, man, we thought the sky was falling. Offense didn't look well. Defense was getting pushed around. I think Leonard Fournette ran for like 120 yards on us. I mean, dang, we don't do that. He ain't ran for 100 yards since then either. All right. Uh, 19-3, Dak gets hurt. Man, the sky falling, man. Jerry saying crazy things in the media. All right, man, the season just started and it's over. But I'm glad that everybody didn't have that same mindset. And I'm glad them 53 dudes in that locker room didn't think aren't as fickle as us fans are. Because I was one too. I'm like, well, Jerry, y'all did it. Y'all didn't do enough in the offseason. And now you let your quarterback and got hurt. Now you done let Tyron Smith get hurt. Now you going to drag in Jason Peters. This really ain't played, in the offseason, been on the couch. He's 40 years old. And then the first game you get Connor McGovern hurt, and offensive line's in shambles. No quarterback. Going to the backup quarterback. Dak gonna be out 6 to 8 weeks. Season may will be over. But I'm so glad them 53 dudes in there said, "Oh no, we ain't doing that. We gonna pull together. We gonna somehow get through this." And like, man, you got the defending AFC champions coming to town the next week too. It's like, man, I know, and they mad after losing that game to the Steelers without having a long snapper. Didn't look good, fam. I would admit myself, man. I said, man, this don't look good. We've been waiting and chomping at the bit for this season to get started, and like poof, just like that, it's all over. But lo and behold, we play Cincinnati well. We get a win. Defense plays well. Get 7 sacks. Get a win. Okay, you caught Cincinnati sleepwalking. Okay, we go to MetLife Stadium. Giants are 2-0. Surprising. Brian Daboll got them boys playing. And Wink Martindale got that defense playing. And certainly we're going to go up there and get beaten. We're going to be 1-2 and whatever. But they go up there. Defense plays a lights out game. Cooper Rush, who's a backup quarterback, fielded admirably last year against Minnesota, comes in, has a good solid game, throws a touchdown pass late in the game to CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb had a big drop in that game too, but I'm glad that he didn't sulk on that, man. And we win that game 23-16. Like, whoa, we 2-1 now. Coming back to home for the Washington Commanders, who just got embarrassed by the Philadelphia Eagles. I think it was like 24-8. It was 24-2 with like a minute something left in the game. Don't let the score fool you. They got a safety. That was all they got, all right? And it was only a 3-point favorite at home for a team to look that bad. So maybe the Vegas folks know something we don't. And I'm like, man, this is a game folks will start expecting some stuff we could possibly lose. But man, you're talking about a team coming together, a team buying into each other, a team fighting for each other. And they gut out a 25-10 win at AT&T Stadium, and we 3-1. look out, man. But the NFC least couldn't possibly have the best aggregate record of any of the eight conferences. Not the little old NFC least, right? Right? I tried to tell y'all last year that that was overblown and that was narrative. That goes back to the 2020 season, the C19 stricken season where the division winner had a losing record, you know. But a lot of teams had a lot of things going on that year and stuff, and we lost Dak that year for the whole year for less 5 games. And so we got stuck with that stigma. The NFC least is the worst of it. And actually, I tried this. I showed you the numbers. We really was like middle of the pack. The AFC South, the NFC North, and the AFC South were all at the same level as us and below. But that bad division. That's a sorry division. I'm like, but nobody talked about Tom Brady having the NFC Easters. They were the only team making the playoff for like probably 16 of them 20 years he was in there, and had to play the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Bills. And that's long before Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs and Jordan Poyer and Michael Hyde and all them guys came there. You know, they were terrible, win 6-7 games a year. And the Patriots winning 13, 14 games a year. So, but nobody saddled them with playing in a bad division. But so the NFC East is such a bad. But look and behold, we got 2 3-1 teams, us and the Giants, and the Eagles sitting at the top at 4-0 with that win they got over the Jaguars today. So shouts out, hats off to the NFC East, the beast of the East. Now, okay, that's where I'm gonna come. So the Cowboys get a win. And I'm just happy because what the thing I liked about the game today was the positives that I had for today. And I had a few positives that I want to share with y'all. First of all, the business as usual attitude. And I like that. We go in there with our lunch pail and our hard hats, and we get to work. Okay, and we go, and there's no fanfare, there's no finger pointing. We just go in and we get the job done. And I like that, the business-like attitude that our team plays with. And I love that, and I think that spills off into you playing for the next guy, that sort of thing. So I like that. The business-like attitude of our team, and I like the fact that I feel like we're getting the most out of our talent that we've got on the field. Now I know we've got a backup quarterback, and gamey as Cooper Rush is. And I don't want to hear nothing about the quarterback controversy, but he's a smart, gamey quarterback. And he's been in the system for like 5-6 years. Let's not forget, he came into the league the year after Dak did. So he's been in this system like 5 years and stuff. So he kind of knows what he's doing. He's not like a free agent rookie that's just got his ears still wet and breath smell like Similac. Okay, he knows kind of what he's doing, and so I like that he knows what he's doing, and he doesn't try to do too much. But I like that we get the most out of our talent, because when you look across the league, there's teams I don't think they're getting the most out of their talent. Like I don't think the Raiders are getting the most out of their talent. That team got talent. The Broncos not getting the most out of their talent. That's one of the better divisions. The NFC, AFC West will be one of the better divisions, right? Not getting the most out of their talent. And I think the Raiders got their first win today. Okay? Hats off to Josh McDaniel getting a win, because they was coming for you, boy. They was coming for you. And then Nate Hackett, you ain't getting the most out of your talent. You got Russell Wilson. You got probably a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback, and y'all kind of looking like y'all only came by a clue. And there's some other teams I don't think is getting the most out of their talent. The Steelers, I don't think they're getting the most out of their talent. Some other teams, I don't think they're getting, the most out of their talent. But I think we getting the last drop of that toothpaste out the tube, man. You rolling it all the way up and getting that last little bit out. That's what I think we're doing. Like a mustard or ketchup bottle, got it turned upside down. You just patting the bottom of that thing to get the last little bit out. That's what I think we're doing. We're getting the last bit of talent out, and nobody tries to do too much, okay? I love that aspect of the game. We just go in, we do our job, we get in, do our job, play for each other, and get out, okay? And then the last thing, the effort, man. The effort. Nobody gives up on a play. Everybody goes to make tackles. You don't see a lot of missed tackles. You don't see no blown coverages. Oh, my bad. You don't see none of them. No, I get into that in my concerns. I get into my. I don't want to get into that. Get ahead of myself. But the effort, the overall effort that our team is playing with, I like to see the effort. Because many times games are won and lost on effort, giving a bleep about what you're doing. And I like that. So those are my and then I like the overall feel of our team. Okay, now I do have some concerns. Uh, the offensive line blocking effort wasn't good today. I thought they gave up on some blocks. Now that sounds kind of oxymoronish because I just talked about them having all this great effort. But I didn't think they blocked well today, offensively. I think we only had like 62 yards rushing. And some of them, the guys was in the backfield. I was like, come on, guys. I even saw Zach Martin wave at a guy and whatnot. And then, I don't like that kind of thing, and because I know our offensive line is one of the keys to us being successful. Okay. Um, then I didn't like us getting gashed on defense on the run because I think they had three guys: Antonio Gibson, Jonathan Williams, and J.D. McKissick. All of them had like 40 yards on like over four to five, and I think Jonathan Williams had like 9.6 yards per carry. So they had 162 yards rushing, and that's not good. We got big guys: Quentin Bohannon, he got hurt today. I hope he's fine. And then we got Neville Gallimore, them big dudes in the middle. Dude, we shouldn't be getting pushed around. We need guys to stay in their lane. So there's some concerns there that I think we need to get cleaned up as we move ahead. And there's certain players that's giving me certain bad body language. I don't want to single out no guy. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer on a game we won. We played well. But Dalton Schultz didn't play well today. I know he's coming back from a PCL injury he suffered in the Cincinnati game right after he lost a fumble. And then and a lot of times that things happen to him because he's really not trying to block. Because I seen him, he got a holding call today, a false start or two today, and I saw him kind of wave at blocks. Come on, Dalton. You got your little money. I know you may not be willing to give effort because you thought you should got a long-term deal, but you're making like $11 million. Think about guys on our team that's making efforts, that's making, a tenth of what you're making, like Dante Fowler, like Anthony Barr, like J-Ron Curse. All them dudes put together don't make what you make. And you really not, so I'm really not liking the body language that I'm seeing from him. And by him not really wanting to block, and I'm really, giving him the business because, dude, you 6'5" and like 250. And I can understand you getting your lunch handed to you by defensive ends and stuff like that. And by, maybe, I would feel you maybe could hold your own against linebackers. But, man, I'll be seeing safety standing you up. Dude, you outweigh them by like 25, 30 pounds, I just, and it's going to come a time in games where if you're on the field, they're going to definitely be passing. And just that's a constant tip off. They're passing. They wouldn't be running. So Peyton Hendershot and Jake Ferguson will be in the game when we're trying to play 12 personnel. Because the beauty of the 12 personnel, when you run the two tight end, you don't know if we're running the pass and go get do equally well with that personnel group. But if you're on the field, it's like, well, they're probably not passing it. They're not running it because he's not going to want to block, so it's going to be a pass. And you're a constant tip. So I need you to be a football player. That's all I'm saying. Be a football player, man. You're making a lot of money. I need you to play like how much money you're making, okay? But overall, I don't have a whole lot of concerns about the and then the quarterback controversy or whatever that is. And I'm hoping Cooper Rush don't buy into that. Dude, just play your game. Don't listen to the media. I heard his wife shipping in some stuff. Dude, you tell her to kind of chill out on that. We trying to do our thing here, and we done won 3 in a row. No quarterback has won 4 in a row for the Cowboys ever in his first 4 games. Because Dak lost his first game to the Giants, 20-19. I remember that. Terrence Williams should have got out of bounds. Could have got a field goal by I want to say, was it Maher that was kicking for us then? I can't remember. But we could have got a kick. No. It wasn't. It was I can't think of his name. He's retired now. But we lost that game 20-19. So So anyway, so those are my concerns, but I think we can clean those things up. Okay, game balls. Um, my first game ball, um, is going to go to the Cowboys D. And you know, because they got 2 sacks, 2 fumbles, 2 sacks, 2 interceptions, held the Washington Commanders to 279, and then they just harassed your boy Carson Wentz. I think he was like 25 for like 42 for like 170 yards, at a QBR like 23.3. Okay. Sacked him twice, hit him 11 other times. So the 2 times they sacked him, they hit him 9 other times. And then individually on the defense, I mean, we talking about guys like Donovan Wilson, the safety, who's all over the place, number 6. Um, no, that's not number 6. He is number 27, I think. He had 9 tackles, 8 solos, and a quarterback hit. Okay, we're talking about guys like Malik Hooker, the other safety, had 8 tackles, 5 solo tackles, and 1 tackle for loss. We're talking about guys like our everything bread and butter Michael Parsons having 4 tackles, 4 total tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Didn't get any sacks. It's 2 back-to-back sackless games. So um, Matt Stafford, you better watch the heck out, man, because your offensive line ain't good either. Okay. But then Dante Fowler, who's underrated, man, underrated pass rusher, man, one of the best underrated pass rushers in the league. 2 tackles, 2 solo tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and a sack. All right. And also 2 quarterback hits. Okay. So he had we had a total of 6 tackles for loss for the entire game and then 11 quarterback hits. Okay. And as I said, Carson Wentz was 25 for 42, 170, 1 touchdown, but he had QBR of 23.3. Okay. And in the mindset that we had that forced the Washington football teams in 11 penalties for 136 yards. A lot of them was pass interference. We forced like 3 deep pass interference penalties. Okay. So that's one of our game balls is to the defense, and of course Dan Quinn for putting together a masterful defensive game plan. Hats off to Dan Quinn, man. I hope he stays with us for a long time. He's just in the lab cooking up with different ways to get these guys to play well. Okay. Um, Game ball also goes to Cooper Rush, just steady as you go, 15 of 27, 223 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. The 1 touchdown he had in the third quarter, 30-yard strike to CeeDee Lamb was perfect, man, because CeeDee Lamb set my man. I think it's William Jackson III. Set him up like he was going to the sideline. Soon as he saw his hip swivel, pivoted to the inside, or basically it's like a sluggo, a slant and go, or whatever. Cut to the inside. Cooper was right on the plant foot when he cut, and the ball was on point, on time, and on target. 30-yard touchdown, and that was beautiful. Okay. And so Cooper Rush gets a game ball, managed the game well. Did have one that should have been was intercepted, a couple that should have been, one that was intercepted, but they had a defensive holding and he got it back. And then one he was in the end zone playing around and almost got it tipped and intercepted. That thing, Montez Sweat, I think that's his name, the defensive lineman for the Commanders, ball was laying right at his feet when it landed. So he could have easily caught that and it been a touchdown, and that'd have been a different game than it ended up being. Okay. But overall, Cooper Rush played a good game, clean game, 15, 27, 223, 2 touchdowns, no interception. CeeDee Lamb, I've been giving him the business the last few weeks to people I've talked to, but I like how he bounced back from that big drop, caught that beautiful one-handed catch last week in the back of the end zone against the Giants, and then this week, that beautiful 30-yard touchdown pass again, and caught several deep passes and caught some pass interference against Jackson and some other guys. He ended up with 6 catches for 97 yards and a touchdown. And my last game ball goes to, I know the stat line might seem, well, you giving him a game ball, but Michael Gallup, because we happy to get number 13 back, and you saw he caught a touchdown in the first half. Cooper Rush took the snap, stepped up in the pocket, cut to a little bit to his right, and caught Michael Gallup running along the back line of the end zone with a linebacker trailing him, pitched it to him, Gallup caught it, touchdown, first touchdown he had since the Arizona Cardinal game when she got hurt in. Okay, back in December. Good to have him back. He had 2 catches for 24 yards and a touchdown. And it's good to have him back in the lineup. And man, you saw everybody pouring the emotion on him because they're just happy to have 13 back. And I think that's going to open up CD Lamb also. So those are my game balls. So now the naysayers will probably say, man, you ain't played nobody. You played the Giants, the Bengals, who ain't what they were, and you played the Bucks, and they, whatever. And now we get ready to play the Rams. We go to SoFi Stadium next Sunday and play the Los Angeles Rams. Now, unlike going to MetLife Stadium, where it's going to be a smattering of Cowboy fans, man. When we go to MetLife, when we go to a SoFi Stadium, it's going to be as many Cowboy fans there as there are Rams fans, even though they just won the Super Bowl. Okay. There's a lot of Cowboy fans in the Los Angeles area. So, Cowboy fans, I need y'all to come and represent. I want y'all to make noise. I want y'all to make it hard for the home team. Okay. And let's see what happens. We got a team that's capable of offense, with Matt Stafford. You got, running backs with Akers and Henderson, and then you got Allen Robinson, and you got that bad boy Cooper Kupp, who I believe is the best receiver in the league when it comes to running the entire route tree, understanding coverage, and understanding what's open and against different types of coverages, where the weak spots are, and being able to exploit those things. And also having great hands and great run after the catch, man. You don't get no better than Cooper Kupp. Diggs, you're going to have your hands full. And I almost forgot. I probably should have gave Diggs a game ball too, because I like how Diggs has come back from, oh man, he is a cluer. He just gambles, and because he had 11 interceptions last year, but he gave up like 870 yards of coverage, But I guarantee the guys above him in the less yards given up didn't have 11 interceptions, because ain't nobody did that in 40 years. Okay. So he gave the team back 11 times, and at least 3 times, I think he ran them back for touchdowns. So, so he today, and people forget, he's a young corner. This was his 3rd year. I mean, he got good coverage and good ball hawking skills. And under the tutelage of Al Harris, who's a defensive backs coach, who's working with him. He was a bad boy for the Packers back in the 80s and 90s. I remember him. I go back a long way. He's learning positioning and understanding there's a time to go for steals, go for interceptions and things like that. And he's learning time, score, down, and distance, because he knocked 2 away from Scary Terry McLaurin on 4th downs, 1 in the end zone. He played the position. He didn't go for the steal. He played position, got in position, got his hand in there, knocked the ball away. Then another one late in the game, I believe also was on 4th down on the sideline. When the guy made the break, he made the break and positioned himself between him and the ball and knocked the ball down. And so he had 3 pass defenses, and also ended up with a pick today also. So and we had 2 picks. He got one, and Deron Bland got a pick. Okay, so our draft pick from Fresno State. So anyhow, so we go to SoFi Stadium next week, and then we play the Rams. We play a team that's capable, and certainly Diggs is gonna have his hands full, because I'm gonna tell you like this: Cooper Kupp gonna give you the full gamut, okay? But I believe we're gonna get some pressure, and I believe we're gonna have a good showing. Man, we might win that thing. And I'm gonna tell you this as Uncle Fred signs off for the day. Man, if we could possibly get that win in SoFi next week against the world champion Los Angeles Rams, that would have meant we have beaten both Super Bowl participants. Okay, maybe Dak comes back against the Eagles, and I hope if he do come back, he's 100%. He's just not coming back because, man, I got to get in here because I don't want them winning and I ain't part of it, dude. I want him to be 100%. I want him to be able to grip, throw, be accurate. I don't want him to get in the snap and dropping snaps and whatever because his thumb ain't right. I don't want none of that. If he ain't right, stay on the sidelines. We can roll with Cooper. We're living down. We drop one, that's fine. We're still in good shape. But if he come back and he 100% and we play the Philadelphia Eagles, I don't want to be looking ahead. we can somehow win next week against the Rams, and we are 4-1, and the Eagles, if they win, I don't know who they play next week, and they're 5-0. Man, we at Lincoln Financial Field that Sunday after that, Sunday night football. That's going to be an epic battle, but let's not count our chickens before we hatch. We still got business at SoFi. Okay, so we 3-1. Nobody thought we'd be here. I ain't trying to hit jack from somebody trying to rain on my parade. We 3-1. We happy to be 3-1. One of the best records in the league right now. We not apologizing for being 3-1, and we gonna win some more games. All right, I believe in what this team is doing. All right, so that being said, Cowboys win. It's a good day, and all is well in the neighborhood. And I'm going to see you guys next week. I'm going to try to put another video out before as a pregame as we see with this Rams game. We're going to see what the injuries, how the injury things shake out and all that. And we're going to make our predictions and all that kind of stuff for that. But it's a great day. Cowboys 25, Commanders 10. And that's all I got from the desk, Uncle Fred. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Become a part of the Uncle Fred Sports Experience. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. That's all I got. Please, God bless. And we'll catch you guys on the next video.